Yo, you wanna know what's going on in the UBA? We giving y'all some real talk. Who got something to say? New topics every week. Sometimes we have
your TV. This is not Saturday morning cartoons. We are joined by the Smurfs.
Mr. Rob Weston, president.
Rob Weston, president of the
The reason
Smurfs.
why they are here, though, is because of the next category.
Well, you know what? Before you start, I'm gonna actually hand the microphone over to Rob, and you guys are gonna go over this category together, so you guys can talk.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
just don't give the microphone to Haim. That's all, because then I gotta burn it.
Oh, come on.
All right?
He likes to talk. He talks the most.
How you doing, Mr. Rob?
I'm good. How are you
Mr.
today,
Rob.
Dougie?
All right, I'm going to announce the most improved team category in the North, right? And you guys are nominated, but I'm going to go through, before I get to you guys, I'm going to go through the other ones.
Okay.
The other nominees in this category happens to be International Flavors out of the New York Central Division, I believe. And they actually switched divisions last year.
They couldn't beat us.
They couldn't. They went from the New York Northwest Division to the New York Central Division. They went last year. They were in 7th place in the New York Northwest. They had 242 points, 12 stops. They switched to Central. They finished in 2nd place with 312 points. So it seems like a weaker division, but they got a lot of better bowlers now this year. You know, a lot of people from Jersey went over to that team. Chris Ponce is going to be, I don't know if I can say that, joining that team, but I said it. So, you know, they're improving, and they're going to keep going. The second team, most improved team, obviously, is Team Marvel. We've heard about them in Team of the Year, you know, different categories. Last year, they finished in 6th in the New York East Division with 247 points. This year, they finished at 396 points, which is really the highest of anybody this year in 1st place in the division. The third team is Murder Inc. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but I'm familiar with them from the New Jersey Northwest.
Yep.
They went last year in 9th place.
Okay.
With 222 points. This year, they beat DGF one time. They actually had the tiebreaker over DGF. They finished with the 1 seed, but they tied with DGF for the total lead, 330 points. So they improved as well. 2 years ago, they were the best new team.
Okay.
2 years ago. Last year they were bad, and then this year now they're most improved, possibly. But then we have the 4th team here, which is why you guys are here. Mr. AJ, Mr. Johan, Mr. Rob, Mr. I don't know your name, Mr. Bill. Hot garbage. He is hot garbage, like me.
Hot garbage.
And Mr. Rob Weston here. Smurf Nation is here because last year in the Delaware, Pennsylvania division, you guys were 8th place.
That's right.
You had 216 points. This year, you finished 2nd place. You improved by 330 points. 130 points to go to get to 346. Why do you think that this year versus the other teams, Marvel and International Flavors and Murder Inc., why do you think that you guys are the best new team? Why would you say that you are the best new team?
Why do I say that?
Talking to the microphone, sir.
Because we're a good team. We're a good team. We travel everywhere.
Yep.
And we bowl well when we travel.
And I've seen you guys. You guys finished 2nd in the New Jersey Gauntlet.
That's correct.
You guys made it pretty far today in last team standing. Fourth. Last team standing. Last man standing 5th place.
Yep.
You guys got tag team champions this year.
Yep.
Rob Williams
correct.
and Johan. You guys had a heavyweight contender this year, Mr. AJ. Cruiserweight as well. You were cruiserweight. Who are you?
Johan.
You're Johan.
Fishy.
Here, fishy.
That's right. Here, fishy.
Yeah, he was a savior at the Gauntlet. I watched him. Because that other guy, Rob Williams,
He missed a spare, or they would have won.
that guy, Rob Williams, is bad.
He is bad.
But I mean, you guys are here though. So I mean, again, you think you should win because of
We're a good all-around team.
you're a good all-around team. Now,
We bring our game.
how do you like your chances in the playoffs this year
I like our chances really good in the playoffs.
to get through past Secret Society?
That's correct.
Past who else is there?
Showtime.
Showtime. Okay.
And I think Extreme Chaos, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. But you like your chances to get through the division.
Yes.
And then beyond that, you feel like you can compete against the DJFs, or if they make it through the Death Flushes, or the Drillers, or the
Absolutely.
Thrashers, or the Matrixes.
We compete against them in team rankings, and we wind up being in the top 5 every year
Okay. All right.
since we started
All right.
as a team. So
They sound confident
we
to me.
travel well. So
I mean, they got baby blue on, but they ain't got no baby blue personalities.
that's right. We like being underdogs.
I mean, I don't know if you're underdogs anymore, though.
Well, you know what?
we're
Everybody
learning-
counts us out on the page.
We're learning
so
about
that's
you, though.
fine.
We're learning about you, though.
You should learn.
You know, I have one thing of advice I'll tell you after the camera's over. We're gonna get into the best, most improved team of the South soon. But I want to thank
South.
Yeah, the South. I want to thank Mr.
Who's
Rob
in the
Weston. We don't have it here. Don't worry about this. I want to thank Mr. Rob Weston for joining us.
You're welcome,
I want to
sir.
thank all the Smurf Nations, Mr. Heim and Mr. Williams and Mr. AJ and Mr. Garbage.
And Mr. Garbage.
Mr. Garbage. We're gonna take a
If
break.
you need your garbage taken out, talk to the garbage.
Talk to the garbage.
When I'm on route tomorrow, ladies, bring out your cans because here comes the garbage man.
Oh. Wow.
Before we get into, first off, I want to thank Smurf Nation for joining us. Before we get into Most Improved Team of the South, we are going to, well, I am going to hand the microphone over to.
You're leaving me?
I'm going to leave you for just a few. I'm going to be kicking you out in just a short bit as well. But I'm going to be handing the microphone over to the one and only Gordon Pepper, a.k.a. Mr. Bracketologist.
AKA. Hello, everybody.
Whatever the hell that means. So,
Oh, King of the Hill, you know what that means.
All
Oh,
right.
King of the Hill, you know what that means.
well, I do not King of the Hill, so I don't know what that means.
Couple of announcements, please.
So without further ado, I'm going to pass the microphone on to Mr. Gordon Pepper, and he's going to take you the rest of the way. So, Douglas, it was a pleasure hosting with you.
Yeah, I know.
You know, well, it's all your pleasure, not mine. But so, Gordon, the microphone is yours. Here we go.
Wait, come on, Gordon, hurry up. Hello, Mr. Pepper. How you doing, sir?
Hello, Dougie.
What's going on?
Not too much, not too much. Just being happy to be here on this little awards shindig that we have going on here.
Happy, right? Because it's me. It's Dougie.
I'm happy just to be here.
Okay, cool. Now, let's go. You got to announce some best, most improved team of the South.
Most improved team of the South. All right. As a matter of fact, I've got some most improved teams of the South right here.
Okay.
As a matter of fact. All these teams were teams that have been in the UBA South for a while, did not make the playoffs. However, they are either in the playoffs or made a massive playoff push this year. And what's interesting is you've got a couple of classics here and teams that have been around for a very long while, Kingpins being one of them.
That's
and they
like
got
the original South team.
That is one of the original South teams.
Okay.
They've been kicked around a lot. Now all of a sudden they are up there in the standings.
They're good again. I mean, it happened in the North as well. But talk about Kingpins.
Yeah.
Or who else?
So we got Kingpins. And again, that would be from when Charles McCormick, I believe.
Yes.
I believe Charles Marino is still running that team. And again, congratulations to them. They did a fantastic job this year.
Yes, they did. I saw the standings, and I think they made the playoffs.
No, they're in. I believe they're in. Depending on what happens this weekend, which we don't know about just quite yet.
They're still bowling themselves?
Yeah, they bowl. I believe today is their last day, or the 24th, basically, as this is going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Today's position, and again, barring disaster, they will be in the playoffs. So congratulations to them. Another team that we have, Motion to Strike, which is not as old of a team, but again, they've made their rounds.
I don't know anything about Motion to Strike. I see M2X, on occasion when I'm browsing the group page. I have no idea who's on the team, but they're in here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And is that reason also because they're also in the playoff?
Yeah, they're also in the playoff hunt. Again, we're one match out, but everything's dependent. But it does look like that they will get in.
Okay.
I'm actually saving one specific team for last. One of the teams that I will talk about right now, NWO. There's a couple of different NWOs. There is NWO Wolfpack, which is in the DMV area,
yes.
And then you have the NWO that is in the Southeast.
Yes, and I only know about them. Again, I'm not familiar with many of the South teams myself.
Right.
That's why you're here. So I know about NWO based on who's left the team. And the fact that they're still nominated, it says to me, it speaks volumes.
Well, what makes it impressive is that, yes, they have had a poaching of the wave, so to speak, against them, but they are a team that, once again, can get in the playoffs depending on what happens.
Okay.
And one of the reasons why they're nominated is, again, they are not a flashy team. They're not one that you don't know a lot about the people that are there, but they got the job done this year.
Yes. Okay.
And they should definitely be noted. Final one, and it's interesting to be up there because I know that there are a lot of people that are very polarized with this team. But you're talking Carolina Swag.
C-Swag Boom.
C-Swag Boom.
I know them.
Yes.
I know them. They recruited a lot of people this past
year.
During
During the season they did a ton of recruiting.
Yes.
You had someone that was very improved in terms of how he ran the team, and that is one Brad Kurth. He's had that reputation of someone that doesn't care as much as other people do. He has had that reputation of someone that has sometimes gotten himself in trouble in terms of that. But for the most part, not only has he gotten his act together, Carolina Swag, again, in a major position to make the playoffs. Yes. In addition to that, they are highly concentrated in the World Championship Series list. Jamie Exum this month, #1 contenders match on the Vixen side. Yep. And you have a whole bunch of people on C-Swag. They are a team, World Championship Series-wise, to be heard from.
And I know one really, really good bowler, in my opinion, Mr. Jamie Lanier.
Absolutely.
He used to be Renegade.
Yep.
On Renegades.
He used to be on Renegades.
He's now on C-Swag. I mean, they're competing against GOAT. In the same division, so it's going to be tough for them. But
C-Swag's a very deadly team to play in the playoffs. I think they're very underrated. I think whoever gets them, assuming they make the playoffs, they've got to be very careful.
Yes, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.